thousands of dollars in damage and concerns about neighbors' safety. Complaints surrounding a 9-bedroom, 14-bathroom, 15,000 square foot mansion in Placer County have circulated for the past several years. We're talking about White Swan Castle, an opulent mansion in Granite Bay, now at the center of controversy. The current owners bought the property just off Auburn-Folsom Road in September of 2021. According to the Placer County officials, the property is zoned residential agricultural, but neighbors claim it's being improperly used for commercial purposes. Digital content producer Kaylee Bryant and I looked into it. At 8300 Moss Court in Granite Bay, on 4.7 acres, sits a luxurious mansion surrounded by gardens and fountains. Up until recently, the website 8300mosscourt.com, now offline, said the property was for sale for nearly $10 million, with photos showcasing the inside and outside and a description in part of its expansive outdoor entertainment spaces designed for large gatherings, celebrations, and overnight guest stays, ideal for events, private getaways, or as a show-stopping primary residence.
So I just want them to follow the rules.
Neighbor Dana Talia says for several years now she has reported to Placer County Code Enforcement what she claims are unpermitted events.
It passed the point of a neighbor having a party that's difficult or annoying or loud to now we live next to a concert venue.
Talia has been going back and forth with the county for years, documenting alleged noise, traffic, and safety concerns linked to what she estimates have been more than 40 events held at White Swan Castle over the past 4 years. And now it's at the point where you've turned to the media.
It just feels very much like it's a problem about to happen, and we're warning, and no one is listening.
Talia and other neighbors allege the castle has hosted weddings and large parties with loud music. They have seen hundreds of cars parked along not only Auburn-Folsom Road, where parking is not allowed, but also the neighborhood's narrow, dead-end street.
My senior citizen neighbors shouldn't have to be afraid that if a police comes or a fire truck, it's blocking their entire road. They shouldn't be scared and everyone has to shut their gates.
As someone who works in the medical field, Talia says her main concern is safety, but she also claims party guests have mistaken her family's front lawn for overflow parking.
People have been drinking, there's cars in our driveway, there's cars breaking our sprinklers, they use it as a turnaround.
Talia claims guests have caused thousands of dollars in damage. She and her husband have since added a gate with warnings.
I'd say it's easily $5,000, maybe more, just to fix the landscaping, the gate, paying the landscapers over and over to fix all the pipes that were broken from people driving on it, broken trees.
ABC 10 reached out to the property owners about all this. They declined to provide ABC 10 with an interview or formal statement. They claim they, quote, occasionally host gatherings at their private estate and remain in full compliance with Placer County codes and regulations, calling the neighbors' claims false. Talia claims she and her husband tried talking with one of the owners early on and were met with hostility. They've since let code enforcement be the liaison. Plus, Talia and other neighbors claim the property owners don't even live here. Court documents show Maria Mosinzadeh and Hossein Razavi purchased the property at 8300 Moss Court in September of 2021. The California Secretary of State's website lists an active LLC for a company called White Swan Castle, and Mosinzadeh is listed as the manager and CEO in its most recent filing, June 25th of this year. The address attached to the company's filing is a home in Napa. A website called whiteswancastle.com shows the property's iconic gazebo in the background and currently says coming soon. Archived versions of White Swan Castle's website appear to show the property advertised for events, saying the property is ideal for weddings, film production, and/or similar occasions, and that White Swan Castle is currently renting out the space. ABC 10 cannot confirm if these events occurred. A TikTok account called White Swan Castle showcases videos of the property posted in 2024 and describes itself as a private event venue. But Placer County's unincorporated zoning map shows 8300 Moss Court is zoned residential agricultural, and that to hold temporary events requires a permit.
If an event is occurring where there are more than 20 people present, they're non-family members, then it rises to the level of being classified as an event in Placer County Code. And would be subject to that event either being held at an events venue or subject to what we call a temporary outdoor event permit, which even though the name implies that it's outdoors, it also is used for events that are held indoors as well.
Chris Pahuli is Placer County's planning director. He says a residential property can hold up to 6 such events per year, each one requiring a temporary outdoor event permit. Beyond that, a property has to be zoned commercial or operated as a community center, and the county says 8300 Moss Court is neither, though the county says the property has obtained a temporary outdoor event permit in the past. The county also says there are parking requirements for events included in the Placer County Code. But Talia worries there are loopholes, claiming owners can get around the county's rules.
So as long as they say it's friends or family, you can't prove otherwise.
And when it comes to reporting events, the county says a code enforcement officer has to witness the violation with their own eyes, and they typically work weekdays. So in May, Placer County launched a pilot program with a weekend event hotline and on-call officers. It runs through October.
If there is a violation occurring, they would issue a notice of violation that puts the property owner on notice that they need to receive proper permits in order to hold events. If that property owner continues to violate the code, we have a progressive enforcement process where we would issue fines and citations.
The county says code enforcement issued White Swan Castle property owners a notice of violation for an event held the last weekend of May this year. The county tells ABC 10 no hearing or appeal has been scheduled because this was simply a notice, not a citation, and the owners have been in communication with the county about the violation. As for any potential buyer of the property, a word of caution from the county.
I would encourage potential buyers of property that are looking to hold public events or events where they're looking to lease out the property to really do your research before purchasing the property.
He says 8300 Moss Court is not permitted as a commercial events venue.
It's been really difficult. It's been really hard to not know where it's headed and if it's ever going to stop. And it's just a matter of time before someone gets hurt or there's a car accident or something bad happens. So it's just been unnerving.
That neighbor tells us the property has been quiet recently, and she hopes it stays that way. The county says complaints and concerns about unpermitted events aren't limited to White Swan Castle. As for Placer County Code Enforcement's pilot program with on-call weekend enforcement officers, the planning director says his office plans on taking the results of that program to the Board of Supervisors later this year as part of an ongoing discussion.